Living Hope to my home. I'm Aveline Purvis. I am 94 years old. I've been at Living Hope for the past 6 years. I have 4 children. I have 9 grandchildren, 15 great-grandchildren, and I am so amazed that I'm here to enjoy them. God was with me. He was with me all the time. I will say that when I was 6, my mother had custody for me, and my father kidnapped me. And I was away from my mother for a year. It was a time when divorces were frowned upon. In those days, believe me, you could not get any kind of help from authorities on bringing me back. But thanks to the Lord, my dad did bring me back after a year. The growing up years, I had teachers that were so instrumental, teachers that just made such an impression on me that I am so amazed that God just knew what I needed, when I needed it, and put it in my path. When I was 18, I knew I had to get a job, and it was the war. We were in the war. And so I came to LA. God put such a wonderful family in my life, Christian family. And the mother, she found an apartment for her daughter and me, and we went to work at Douglas Aircraft in Santa Monica during the war. That's where I met my husband on a blind date. And I knew as soon as I met him, I'm gonna marry this man. So we were at rehearsal, and the minister said, it was a Presbyterian church on Wilshire Boulevard in LA. And the minister said, you know, you only have 72 hours. Do you have any family that are coming to the wedding? And I said, no. We had his folks were in Mississippi, and mine were up in Northern California. No, just friends. He says, why don't you get married now? So we got married at our rehearsal. We walked into our sweet friends and said, you don't need to get, they were getting dressed. You don't need to get dressed, we just got married. In 1993, Gene came in the house one day, and I knew things were not quite right. And he said, you know what, I can't find the words to say what I want to say. I said, well, we'll make an appointment with the doctor and we'll see what's going on. The doctor came out and said, well, it's the big A. I had no idea what the big A was, except Angel Stadium. You know, that's about what I thought. It's Angel Stadium. Alzheimer's. So we started on a road that we neither one knew. I'm the enemy at that point. He doesn't know me. He would go to the neighbors and he'd say, where is she? Where is she? And he'd take a picture. And they say, she's right there. And he said, no, that isn't her. I was advised that I should always have a cell phone with me. And so I had the cell phone in my pocket. I walked next door to my neighbors, and I made a call to the police. And that was the beginning of putting him in a facility, which was the hardest thing a woman can never do, a wife can never do. He was there for, I think they keep him 72 hours. I even thought, okay, I can handle this. I can bring him back and take care of him. And my 4 children were with me when we went to see him, and they saw, as we got ready to leave, how it took 4 men to hold him, how I could not handle this man. One night, after 5 years, 1 week, I could see he was going down. He was going down. He was changing. I could see that. I had decided that I couldn't feed him anymore, that the nurses could do a better job. And I think it was only maybe a week, but we were there, my whole family. We would go and spend time with him. My son Bill said that he's not going to go cross over until we leave. He just will not. And he was so right. We went home at about midnight. We got the call. This was on the 4th of March, and my birthday's the 7th of March. And this was my 80th birthday. And they told me that they had sent out invitations for a surprise birthday party. And that day, I mean, it was, this time it was the 5th. I said, no, just call them and tell them it's gonna be a celebration of Gene's life. 2013, I had seen Living Hope. I went, it was on Sunday. I thought, I'm gonna try, because I saw cars were there. And so I went, and the greeter was Fred. He was a godsend to me. He gave me a tour. I have never felt so welcome. So welcome. Pastor Steve gave me such a welcome. It makes me sad that he's not able to appreciate this. But you know what? God had a plan, because I think that I have progressed spiritually more in the last 6 years than I have in the whole 91 years prior, or 89 years, whatever. I guess I want to close with one thing. Let God work with you uniquely, just like He has with me. And I am so grateful for all the people that are in my life now, who've been in my life, are no longer here, and how they have left their footprints on my life. I pray for you all. I love you, and I hope that you have gained a little bit of an insight to an 94-year-old woman who is having the time of her life, the last years of her life. Thank you.
I want to just round out that story of how the minister asked if your family's coming. Gene was in the war, and he had a 3-day leave, and he came to LA. And so when the minister realized that he has to go back in 3 days, no, get married so you can enjoy being married.
I have to tell you, did this work?
Yes.
I have to tell you that I'd only known my husband, my boyfriend then, for 2 months when we got married. We celebrated, it would be 75 years if he was still alive now. So God was good. God was with us all the time for raising our 4 children, and And you see how many the legacy I'm leaving. That's the legacy I'm leaving. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. I know you left your church and other things to come, and I'm so grateful for you. I could not be living alone now if it wasn't for my family. They give me support. If I need anything, I call them up, and they help me. And so I tell you, your message today, I just hope everyone takes this home with them and shares it. It was fabulous. It says everything I would like to have said, but I wouldn't have the knowledge to do it like you did. You did great. Thank you so much. And I'm so proud. I've got 3 11-year-olds sitting up here hearing this, and I'm so glad to have them. I tell you, I am so blessed with my family, and not only this family, all of you. Thank you all so much, and God bless you. God be with you, and as you age, you remember everything you just heard today. God bless you.